You're watching Sunbelt Football on ESPN. We welcome you to Veterans Memorial Stadium here in Troy, Alabama, in this historic night for Southern Miss football. The Golden Eagles are playing their first ever Sunbelt Conference game. The Trojans from Troy are out to spoil that opening night party. He can do it all for the Golden Eagles. This time the fake to Gore. Wilkie is sacked. Both these teams have been sack crazy this year, and that's TJ Harris getting a sack there. Great. Bobby Hall always wore a tie on that sidelines. In fact, Will played for his dad at Amory High School there in Mississippi. And that pass is complete to Brownlee.
And they've got a heavier set in, bunch set.
Daggy far side, complete, breaking a tackle. Still on his feet, spinning his way up across the 40-yard line is Marcus Rogers.
Talk about what a great young man he is and an asset to the team. He's fun to watch, too.
Plus, he says he never gets tired of being asked about his height. He's used to the question. And this one goes in and out of the hands of Brownlee and picked off by Troy as the Trojans. That's Craig Slocum. That's a big pick for Slocum and Troy. And that defense for Troy comes up big. And here at the 42-yard line, the give to D.K. Billingsley. I talked about him being on a mission.
But that is why you see the quarterbacks on the move quite a bit, too.
4 starters coming back on that offensive line from last year. Daggy on third down, complete the pass to Tez Johnson.
47-yard field goal attempt.
Brooks Buse, the former Georgia Bulldog, he was 1 for 1 from this distance earlier this year, and he's now 2 for 2.
Mike could say that 5. Mike could say that about 10 times tonight.
And there's another sack. Boy, these are some big play defenses, aren't they? Paid for some bills, didn't he, with his time in the NFL?
Yeah, he did.
Third and long. Wilkie will drop it to Brownlee. And Brownlee gets back to the original line of scrimmage, the 25-yard line. And again, that Troy defense. Boy, TJ Harris. The fake. Up top, he was hit, and it's picked off. Southern Miss with the interception. And a nifty return. That was by Cam Hurl. And here's great field position for Wilkie and the Golden Eagles. Brownlee in the end zone, caught. Touchdown, Southern Miss. A 13-yard scoring strike from Wilkie to Brownlee, and the Golden Eagles have taken the lead.
With your thinking a little bit through the game, too.
I don't think there's any question about it, and Daggy is a guy that's first among all active players in the FBS in several categories, and he converts on a 3rd down and 11.
They are getting in that backfield like it's their purpose in life tonight.
Ross had a catch for 3 yards last week. Daggy, a couple nice fakes, and wide open is Stottlemyre. Stottlemyre inside the 10, inside the 5, and it's 1st and goal for the Trojans at the 4-yard line. And the Trojans 1st and goal at the 4. Daggy to the end zone, intercepted. The Golden Eagles, that is Jay Stanley, the transfer from Ole Miss. 1st down and 10 for the Golden Eagles at the 33-yard line. Wilkie out of Hernando, Mississippi, just south of Memphis. And on 1st down, that Troy defense was up for the task. That is Will Cholo with another tackle for a loss.
Great running backs. They get better. The more you feed the beast, the more it grows in a ball game.
Here's the play action by Wilkie, and he's picked off. Another turnover. And Troy, that's Colvin. And the junior from Ruskin, Florida, with the INT, his 2nd of the season. Trojans 1st down and 10, just outside the red zone at the 27-yard line. Daggy up top. Caught. 1st down. Down to the 15-yard line. That was Barber on the reception. 3rd and goal at the 1. How about an I formation? And Vidal will find the end zone. And it's a touchdown for Troy. Check that. That was Billingsley, D.K. Billingsley. Boy, he's been on a mission the last couple of games, and that's his 3rd touchdown of the season. A nice first half here tonight for Southern Miss. He's a guy along with Caston There are a lot of targets on first and second down, and that time Wilkie is dropped. Another sack. This time it's by A.J. Pierce.
Had a great competition of quarterbacks, through the season so far as well, and it's paid dividends at the position.
Tez Johnson in motion, and Daggy will roll to his right, looking for Tez Johnson. He's got the catch. He's got a first down to the 10-yard line. It'll be first and goal for the Trojans.
That's what they do well, is they push the ball through the air, and it's off of plays like that.
Breaking a tackle, heading toward the pylon, and Kimani Vidal will score. That's how you start the second half, as the Trojans take it down the field, and Vidal takes it in. Wilkie now has Gore in motion. He'll drift to his left, looking toward the end zone, and it's almost picked off. He laid that one up there.
We'll see if they can cap it off with some points here on the field goal attempt.
Bricks Bourgeois from 34. And Bourgeois converts, and he starts deep in his own territory at the 13-yard line.
We've had some good Southern Miss Troy games through the years, too.
Actually played in a bowl game one time in the New Orleans Bowl, and that pass is picked off as the Trojans get another turnover. And the Trojans are in business at the 36-yard line, first down and 10. And they go play action. Daggy up top. It's complete at the 20. Spinning is Tez Johnson down to the 15-yard line.
Team in Mississippi, too. And they've had huge crowds down there for football games, and just a ton of respect for what Southern Miss has done for decades.
Brooks Buse from 30 yards, and that's a big field goal there. We knew we were going to have a good one, and so far it's been just that. It's a two-score game, 20-10. Wilkie in trouble, stripped, and the fumble is recovered by Troy. Richard Jubinor, who has had 2.5 sacks in the last 2 games, comes up with a big-time play, and Buda Jones with the recovery. Summerall said they needed to run the ball and win the turnover battle. Well, they're winning the turnover battle, and they've been able to run the ball here in the second half. And they will play action on first down. Daggy to the end zone. Touchdown, Troy. That's Tez Johnson. 23 yards. And Troy now extending this lead.
Haven't seen Wilkie go fast tonight.
Wilkie is starting his 4th straight game.
On one team.
And it's either 6 or 7 quarterbacks that played. Wilkie in trouble, and of course that Troy defense now knows that Wilkie has to throw, and that is Shaquille Brown. It's been a total different game here in the second half, Ben. We had a tight game at half.
It really has. Troy has flexed. Heart of a champion and a solid ball player and a great tackler, but the size thing is going to knock that back a little bit. So it looks like we got still some extra chatter out there amongst some young men, but Will Hall and John Summerall out there showing some respect and love to each other, and these are 2 teams that in the future, this Sun Belt West is going to run through this rivalry right here. 2
terrific young head coaches. Will Hall in his second year at Southern Miss, John Summerall in his initial campaign here at Troy. Ben, I enjoyed it as always.
Absolutely. Great time tonight, and great atmosphere in Troy, and a big win for the Trojans as well. Yeah,
so for Ben Stanfield and the rest of our outstanding crew, I'm Will Colmeyer saying so long from Troy. Once again, the final score, Troy wins it 27-10.